Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's been a while. It's been a while. Life's been life, and same on me, just a different day. Making this recording because it's been a minute. It's been a couple months since I actually did a Next Level Responder podcast and talked to folks about leadership and being alcohol free as a first responder and a couple other things got going on. But today's kind of that recap episode that I got for everybody. I'm sure people have questions and concern about me, telling. But yeah, it's been a while type deal. I'm still on my grind with working, continuing to spread the word about my alcohol free journey and things of that nature. But yeah, here we go, y'all. I got a couple questions that I kind of have that are right here in front of me, and just gonna go ahead and do my own little kind of Q&A. First question I have is, where have I been? I have been in my own kind of world these past few weeks. I've been in the fire service since 2000. I joined the fire department in order to be the best I can be for myself, my community, and others around me. The first time I left the fire service is because I continue to strive to make myself the best example of a firefighter I can be by going to training, by taking courses, by being just an all-around good person as best as I can. And usually the first got around to it, I was taking classes, was getting my education, was bettering myself, getting my paramedic, taking college courses at the same time, taking training classes outside of the department itself that I was working for at the time. And it got to a point where I reached the ceiling where the people that made the decisions for me to move up in rank in order to better the department didn't see it that way. So they kind of handicapped me. And this was back in 2011 when this occurred. So I had branched off to a place that would appreciate my skills and value and things of that nature. And I went on and worked on an ambulance predominantly for 10 years. I loved it. I love taking care of people, really good at it. I enjoyed field training people, being supervisors to others, as well as the companionship I had with the specific partners I've had throughout that journey. It was great. It was great. It was great. But I always had that feeling that, hey, I'll just go back to the fire service and do it all over again. And again, try to be the best fire medic I could be. I've been wanting to be a firefighter since I was 10 years old. 10 years old. I was going to be a firefighter. And this is coming up in Long Island, New York. And going through explorers and stuff like that during my high school years, I was just like, hey, I'm going to do hazmat. I'm going to do everything you can think of in regards to just bettering the people around me and the community. Yeah, joined the fire department and having the first time, having the second time. I am human just like anybody else. Everybody makes mistakes. Everybody has hiccups. And that being said, people will continue to take advantage of you as much as possible if they see a chance. And so I had reached kind of the same plateau in my career where I was taking classes, getting degrees, and I always end up hitting that ceiling. It's like, hey, we're getting a little too big for your britches, so we're gonna find some other place for you that doesn't happen to be in these upper ranks. So I took a break, and now I am going to once again pursue my dream of becoming a physician assistant. I took courses back when I had left the fire department back in 2011, 2012. And some of those classes have since lapsed, so now I got to take these prerequisites again. I'm back doing what I enjoy, which I just enjoy serving people in general, whether it's being an officer or being a paramedic or a firefighter. Let's see what else I got on this thing. How has life looked behind the scenes? I've just been a family man, just spending time with the family. Son's about to get his driver's license and just taking it one day at a time, catching up on things I haven't done in a very, very, very long time. I've always had two, three jobs, always been working, keep myself busy. What the last 2 months have taught me was I need to spend more time with family, friends. My grandparents are still alive and well. And so I get to hang out with them, spend time, work on my cars, do hobbies and things that I always wanted to do, but always pushed them away. I'm still just got back from the Galapagos Islands. That was nice. That was cool. You've seen that. Also went to London and saw a little preview of the Going Dry movie that I'm a part of. That's great as well. How have I changed? I just take my time and stay focused on family, friends, and bettering myself. You see, I grew my beard out and everything. I love my beard. I think it was great, but I couldn't wear it in the fire service, depending on your department, of course. Been working out every day and just doing me. What beliefs have I had? What beliefs have I had that I really doubled down on? I have come to realize that everything happens for a reason and blessings come in every blessings come in every shape, form, fashion you could think of. So I'm just blessed. I'm happy. I'm at a good place right now. I'm blessed enough to have a family to back me up. I'm blessed enough to have the financial means of doing that as well. I work hard and I play hard too, but I also save for moments like this where I just need to recalibrate and get my focus back together and lock in. What things used to define me that no longer do? I used to let the fire service define me as a firefighter and as a person. Being a firefighter is great, but being a husband and being a man is even better. That's number one. A lot of people encompass themselves with their careers and jobs, and that's who they are. That's all they are. If you run on one person, be like, hey, they're a firefighter, but they could be good fishermen on their off days, they'd be good hunters. There's a plethora of other things that people do that can define them. There's a challenge I think I saw on IG or some social basically saying, how do you describe yourself without bringing up your career, your achievements, and things of that nature without describing yourself? And it's hard for most people, really, if you think about it. Like, hey, what do you do? Or what hobbies and what knick-knack or what niche makes you special between everybody else? And usually people say their career. And most firefighters say, I'm a firefighter. Not, hey, I'm a loving husband. I like to mow lawns. And that's just not even for profit, but just for fun. So that's next question is the roadblocks. Kind of got a little thing going on. How do you handle setbacks? What do I do when plans suddenly change? It's a good question. So the setback that occurred 2 months ago was not planned. I thought everything was just rolling. I was like, hey, about to go on these trips, about to go to London, about to go to the Galapagos. Everything's going well. And then some people threw a wrench into my whole plan. And my plan wasn't anything but to continue to work and enjoy myself and go on my vacations. But you have to take these setbacks, or at least I take these setbacks as a rolling testament of my faith and my belief of, like I said, everything happens for a reason and God has a bigger plan for me. Again, I was focused on becoming the best fire chief I can be 10, 15 years down the road. And I took those signs in the recent situation as I'm not upset with the way things went and what it went down. I'm just more like, hey, there's a reason why this happened, and God has another plan set for me. So let's do this. Let's keep on going. Let's continue to be taught. Continue to have a plan. And I spoke to a couple of my mentors. They're pretty high ranked at different departments and stuff like that, division chief and above. And they were like, we've known you since you were 18, Todd. And you've always had that extra little oomph about you. And why not take advantage of that? When you left that first fire service, then why didn't you continue to run with that? What stopped you? I got my paramedic, and again, I was on track. I was a biomed major, and I was going to go to med school, become a doctor, and life was life. And next thing I know, it's like, let me keep on going on with the whole paramedic and just continue to roam the streets of Atlanta, taking care of people and partying and meet new people and travel and things like that. And next thing I know, I'm here. So that being said, I handle these setbacks as if it's a blessing. Again, I always had that philosophy: everything happens for a reason, and God has a bigger plan for me. So why not? Let's do it. What do you do when your identity gets shaken? Identity gets shaken is crazy. Like I said, I just shrug it off, keep it moving, and still be the same old Todd. I don't get bitter. I don't get petty. I don't get upset about the situation. All I can do is, what can I do next to benefit my family, myself, and even sometimes my friends, just to keep always have that positive mentality, because nothing comes out of just being negative Nancy, or not Debbie Downer. What do they call it? Not Debbie Downer, not a Debbie Downer. Doom and gloom. There we go. They'll know who I'm talking about. Doom and gloom people that just want to go around and just everything, just never positive. I don't want to be that guy. How do you move forward when things feel unfair? I hate to say it, but as an African American, I've kind of been conditioned at a young age to deal with unfair circumstances. And that's true no matter where you are: fire service, police department, the day-to-day as a black male. Things can be unfair more often than most. And you just gotta, like I said, you gotta believe in your faith and pray that these blessings continue to roll, and take them as positive as you can, because if not, you'll dig yourself in a hole, and you'll end up needing those peer support members, and you'll end up thinking crazy and things of that nature. But you got to roll with the punches and just do your thing. But people that are unfair, they got it coming back to them twofold. That's my belief, at least. It's not, especially somebody as myself. I feel like I've always come at things as open arms as I can be, and not cutthroat and asshole-ish and things like that, vindictive. That's just not me. I want what's best for everybody, not just myself. If I can't get there, why not help the next person that might have that advantage or something like that to get to that point? And like I said, everything happens for a reason. So if people want to play unfair, and when things feel unfair, then all you can do is roll with the punches and stay close to your faith. What have I learned about disappointment? Disappointment. You can learn lessons from disappointment. And that is very, very, very good when it comes to life lessons and things of that nature. Because you can be disappointed in yourself, you can be disappointed in other people, especially in how they react to certain situations and circumstances. And sometimes they don't have control of those things. So again, it's all about faith and what you believe in. Do I ever feel lost? Were there moments I didn't know what was next? I had those moments, but at the same time, I've always knew that I got every part of the public safety corner taken care of. So, I could have always fall back and just been a police officer somewhere. I've been really good at that. If I focus on that, I could have went to another department or something to that nature and prospered over there as well. But I prayed about it, and next thing I know, it was like, hey, why not get back to your roots of what you felt like you should have done years ago? And now I'm here. But as you can see, I'm happy. Can't complain. But that's why I'm making this video. Do I struggle with anger or frustration? I think everybody does. I don't really struggle with too much anger. Frustrating at times, because you can't always, best way to put it, you can't always, basically I can't get mad at other people if they can't do anything about it themselves, or if that's just the way they are. People are people. As my ultimate say, people are people. People want to be people. So I can only control myself, and that's it. How do I keep myself from becoming bitter? Again, I just pray about it, have faith, and I continue to move forward and go on with my day-to-day practices without burdening or beating myself up about it. Faith, friends, talking. I have a therapist. I go to therapy. Yeah, talk to family. Leadership questions. Oh, I got some leadership questions on here too. What have I learned about leadership? Is leadership tied to rank? No, definitely not. You can get leadership, or have leaders that are firefighters. You can have leaders that are power workers or gas workers. You never know. It's not necessarily tied to rank. A lot of people think that since you became captain or since you're chief or battalion chief, division chief, deputy chief, fire chief, that it automatically makes you a leader. No, not necessarily. I've met leaders that were just a couple year firefighters. I've met leaders that are police officers that have only been doing a job 2-3 years. They all come in all shapes and sizes, but rank doesn't necessarily tie to leadership. Can you still be a leader when your title changes? I believe so. And it all depends on the person and what my thoughts are. You could naturally be a leader, but it works out even better if you learn different ways of leading and different emotional intelligence when it comes to others and humans. I think knowing people that you're working with, knowing people that you encounter, knowing how people are as a race, human race that is, it helps you mentally when you approach different situations and circumstances. What leadership means to me today. What leadership means to me today is basically being able to pick up at any point and continue to still have that focus, still have that drive, still be able to push through things no matter what your situation is, things of that nature. It doesn't change you as a person or as your character. Why did I become so focused on promotion in the first place? I don't know if this question for me necessarily. At some point in time in my career, I realized that I can change as much as I can as a firefighter or a operations level person. And once you realize that you can only change so much with the people around you and things like that, that it's actually the people that are up top in regards to fire chief and below that actually influence the people that are out in the field as well in some way, shape, form, or fashion. And it's that's the way I think about it. I know people say it's the upside down pyramid and things like that I've studied. It helps to also have that upper brass there to back you up as well in regards to the emotions that the people down below or up top are doing, vice versa. Chasing a title, or was I chasing impact? I was chasing impact more than anything. I'm trying to change things, whether it's sleep schedule for firefighters, whether it's safety for firefighters, whether it's just should be all about the community and the people that you work with. And that ranges from department to department. And I just think it's important that the main people that respond to calls, the main people that are actually in the community talking to the citizens and rendering aid and turning hydrants and doing inspections and all those other things that firefighters do. We can also throw a PD out there. The people that are just touching the people and communicating with the community are very impactful. And again, if that foundation is solid, then it makes it a lot easier for the people above. But doesn't help if the people above don't have that same image or that picture besides playing politics. All right, good question. Can your mission stay the same even when your path changes? I think so. Even when a wrench is thrown into my plans and things of that nature, I'm still going to continue to preach being alcohol free as a first responder and being the best leader you can be as a first responder, whether it's police, fire, EMS. That's one of my biggest focuses. And I apologize to everybody for not doing more of these, but I'm gonna start doing them weekly, stuff like that. I have more time. My new job, I don't work as often, which is nice. Of course, they got overtime, but I'll be around. I feel like what I've been through these past going on 2 years has been great. Documentary is about to come out. I think it's great. Has being alcohol free changed the way I handle adversity? It has. Especially when it comes to the news I had 2 months back. It was like, dang, I need a drink. It's like, this is stressful. Nope, I didn't drink. I didn't drink at all. And being alcohol free keeps my mind clear, and it locks me in with the focus that I have going on. And I think it's been great since. I can't even complain. How would I have handled these challenges 2 years back? I probably would have handled them the same, but I probably would have had a beer, shot, something like that in between all that, and just been sluggish and not been able to stay as focused. So there you go. What role has sobriety played in helping me navigate this season? It's played a big role. I think it just empowers me to, I just don't miss the dang hangovers really. And I'm getting old. I can't do hangovers anymore. It's motivating to wake up in the morning and just get stuff done. So I think sobriety is a complete 360 to what I've been in the past. I love it. Why is Zero Proof Hero more important to me now than ever? So, I had my first speaking gig in October, speaking at a symposium in August. I just think it's good. I wish I would have had this insight about being alcohol free back when I first turned 21, I guess is the best way to put it. Just to have that knowledge in my mind, maybe I would have slowed down a little sooner. Maybe I would not have drank as much, not partied as much as I did before, which everybody's different, but it's just the basic knowledge. I'm not out here trying to spread the word of, hey, you need to not drink at all. It's just knowledge, that's all. I've never been like a serious, like, man, slip up and have one beer. Okay. Life goes on. The waitress brings me a beer that happens to be like instead of a Michelob Zero, be a Michelob Ultra, and I take a big gulp of it thinking it's a zero. Like, oh, I don't make a big deal about it. It is what it is. I didn't have a drinking problem, so it's not like I take one sip and not lapse. And no, it's not what Zero Proof Hero is about. It's about informing other first responders and other people if they want to, but mostly first responders is what we deal with and stuff like that. That alcohol doesn't always have to be the solution to a rough day at work, a rough shift, stress, family, things that we see on the job daily. The whole reason why I quit alcohol is to be present enough during these situations and these storms and these setbacks that I wasn't present for in the past in certain circumstances, because I was just like, let me just numb this for the time being and take a swig of this whiskey and just relax. So next chapter. So I'm going to go to PA school instead of med school. I'm going to get too old for med. So I'm not going to say too old, but I just think PA school is the better route for me right now. I had thought about it after I did the biochem major thing for a while, and life was just life. And I was like, I'll go to PA at Grady at the time that are now doctors, PAs, nurses. And yeah, I think PA route would be great for me. What excites me about being PA is I can go to surgery if I want to. I can do ER if I want to. I have different pathways of going, but I'll start shadowing some PAs in different ways. Labor and delivery, back when I was in paramedic school, we shadowed a labor and delivery PA, and that was pretty cool, actually. I will still continue serving people, period. So right now, I'm just a paramedic in school trying to knock these things out. So I'm still serving the community, being a first responder, but again, I'm still spreading the word for Zero Proof Hero, and that's going to be great. I'm telling you, get some good things in the mix. Got some apparel going and some more speaking opportunities, hopefully be at FDIC next year, just to spread the word to other fellow firefighters about just trying to be alcohol free for a short period of time, 90 days, 30 days. Yeah, just spread knowledge. They can take it for what it is. What if the thing you thought was your destination was only preparing you for your real calling? That's a good question. I think I wrote that question to myself. And that could be the case. Maybe PA school was my route, along with speaking about Zero Proof Hero. In the meantime, maybe some firefighters are there for 5-10 years, and I want to go to med school, or I want to be a PA, or I want to be a businessman. You still have those opportunities. I just want to show people that it can be done. Is Zero Proof Hero becoming, like I said, it's becoming just a thing, just want to inform other first responders about what's going on in the alcohol-free space and sharing the knowledge that I've learned over the past year or two about being alcohol-free and just dealing with ups and downs, and also the great benefits that come along with it. Why am I still committed to the movement? Because everything has changed since I've become alcohol-free. Again, it was by choice. It wasn't because I had to. And I think I made the right choice. It's great. I still drink my alcohol-free beers. I'm a athletic brewing ambassador, so I drink the mess out of some athletic brew at least once a day. I like the taste of IPA. It just doesn't have the alcohol part of it. What do I hope people take away from my story? So again, this is just an update, a quick little Q&A between me and you all, just to tell you where I've been. I'll just roll with the punches, and God has a bigger plan for you, and it's going to be great. Just want you to know that. Stay focused. I'm also getting back into peer support teams, and I think that's great. There's plenty of first responders that have been put in pickles and situations, and they don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have anybody to vent to that understands where they're coming from. So I think peer support is very, very, very important, along with my Zero Proof Hero movement when it comes to speaking engagements and having that communication between regular operations, police officers, EMS, firefighters. That's just not, hey, suck it up, buttercup, and just go on and go to the bar, have a drink, and I'll see you next shift. My question to you all is, have you ever had your plans completely changed? I know I have, obviously. Have you ever lost a job or relationship or a dream? Have you ever felt like you had to reinvent yourself? What if this difficult season is preparing you for something bigger? And my closing questions: what chapter am I stepping into now? Obviously, you guys already know. Blessings. It's about to, everything's going really well, actually. It's kind of crazy. But I needed these past few weeks to kind of hit that reset button, besides going to Galapagos, which was nice. And in closing, y'all, the mission hasn't changed. I still want to help people. I still want to serve first responders. I want to make an impact. The road just looks a little different than what I thought it would be. And honestly, I'm excited to see where it leads. I think this video has the potential to show everybody that life goes on. Whatever first responding service you are in, fire, police, EMS, there is light at the end of the tunnel if things were to change or life happens. So don't beat yourself up. Always stay positive, stay focused. I'll be talking to you all soon.